so freaking hungry right now. Okay. How do you get a snack? This is better. This is better. I didn't plan to eat all this, but here we are. Got anything in my teeth? Hi friends, Tarynallyssa here. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be giving you some life updates and my intentions for 2022. If you've never seen one of my life update videos, what we'll be doing is a month-by-month breakdown from where I left off in my last video, and if you haven't checked that out, make sure you check it out. I'll make sure to link it. In my last video I posted, we left off in July, so we'll be capturing August through the end of December. So I can get caught up in the day-to-day shuffle and like the things I'm trying to check off, and I don't actually take moments to celebrate, and so I appreciate y'all for sticking through this video and reflecting on these moments with me. So as I do these breakdowns month by month, I'll be sharing things from both my personal life and my influencer life, so hope you're ready for both. Starting with August, the best month of the year, and I'm not just saying that because I was born in August. I am just saying that because I was born in August. This was a big month for me. One, because this is the year I turned 30. And so I was trying to check off everything on my 30 before 30 bucket list. If you haven't had a chance to read that blog post, I'll make sure to tag it. Has some kind of funny and random things to do before you turn 30 if you're not quite there yet. And if you're past 30, it's chill. You can still check those things off if you haven't done them yet. August was my first official month in my new role at my company, and I was back to working from home again a couple days a week, which I kind of missed. So so far I've been able to balance that pretty well, and August was kind of the start of me setting some routines for what my partial work from home work-life balance could look like while also trying to maintain content creation. I wanted to take a more strategic approach to my content creation, and the major theme was just consistency and sharing more about myself while also honoring just kind of who I am as a person. I feel like for a lot of this journey so far, I have been sharing what I think people want to see. August, I was also really big on just trying to romanticize my life, and I know that sounds super cheesy because there's like a whole TikTok about it, but I do think there's value in that. Like, I don't know, I think there's something very real about taking little moments from your life and reflecting on it. But it was nice to kind of break away from just trying to be perfect online all the time and just kind of like sharing what was happening in the moment. And so a lot of August was that. Another way I was extra in celebrating my birthday in August was by doing a shoot, of course. I had Miss Brittany handle my makeup. I never get my makeup done, so this was a lovely treat. And then of course I had Erica shoot, and the pictures turned out fabulous, if I may say so. I celebrated my birthday weekend with family and friends, and I don't want to say I have a favorite part, but I hadn't seen quite a few of my family members in a while, and so my birthday was a nice excuse for all of us to gather together. And I felt just very appreciated and loved, and so far 30 seems to be my year. So let's keep going. By September, it kind of felt like I got the hang of going with the flow in terms of my business and Instagram posts, but I was feeling a little burnt out because feeling the pressure to post every day was kind of overwhelming, so I took a step back to just chill, but also calibrate and think about what was coming next, because I didn't plan much of August aside from, you know, a handful of posts here or there. So by the time September came around, I was ill prepared and very tired. But my Reels game was getting real strong, and now it's kind of a staple in my weekly posting, which is nice. And I even had someone DM me today about a reel I posted today, just talking about art in practice and like learning how to hone your craft. And so as I think back on August and September, I was really doing that, just like throwing stuff out there, trying things, seeing what worked, seeing what felt right. And I really appreciated that on the business side of like taking a step back from this challenge that I just placed on myself and kind of almost like getting back to balance or even, so that I could figure out what the heck to do next. In my 9 to 5, I'd been adjusting to my new work-life balance. I got to create some video content as well as dabble in a little bit of graphic design. And I'll say graphic design in quotes because I know that there's some real graphic designers out there who would scoff at my calling my Canva work graphic design. But baby, it's a resume skill, okay? And in September, because kids were back to school, a lot more places were opening up. It felt like we were getting back to normal. So I got out and about a little bit in September, both for a family gathering and for a friend's birthday at a winery. Well, a couple wineries, and it was actually really nice. I'll put some clips in here for that so you can see it. And I was still working that romanticizing my life muscles. And so, I don't know, I just appreciated being able to go out and feel like we were safe-ish, normal-ish. If you're watching this in January 2022, you know that my hopes in September were just that, just hopes. When October hit, I feel like I was smacked in the face by the fact that we were in the final quarter of the year. I'd started the year out really strong, but by mid-year, per usual, I was burnt out and no longer really sticking to my systems or routines. My discipline wasn't as strong, my workouts weren't as consistent. I wasn't meeting all the deadlines I'd set for my personal life, but also for my business. And there was just a lot going on. By this point, I think everyone knows that I am engaged. And up until this point, Vashon and I have been living with our respective families. But as we've kind of moved through our COVID engagement, it just made sense for where we are in our timeline for us to consider what was happening next. And so in October, Vashon moved out, and because we are getting married, I'm also, you know, a part of this move. And while I'm not living there full time, the move-in process has been kind of fun and starting to decorate, and I would say like feeling like a real adult, whatever that means. Do we want at-home content? Is that something we care about? I definitely documented some of the move, and I'll put some of the clips in here, but I don't really feel like there's too much to show yet. But once I get a corner I'm proud of, I'll be back and let you know. As far as the business and content went, I was a little more planned and had a little bit more strategy than the previous month. Halloween's always a fun time for me. I enjoy a light cosplay. In my mind, I would be 1000% one of those hardcore cosplay girls, like full makeup, costume, everything. But that's not where I can spend my money right now. So we did more of like an everyday outfits cosplay situation over on Instagram and TikTok. And that was really fun. Got some interesting feedback, but I got to capture some of my favorite cartoons in my own way. So that was fun. Also over on the gram, I did a little Black-owned business haul feature. I hadn't done one of those since earlier this year, so I was excited to one, get some new products. Oh, am I wearing them? I am. Get some new products, but also uplift and share about what's going on in my community. So my strategy and everything was back up and running, but as you may remember, Instagram like exploded in October. This is when they had their first big outage and everyone was freaking out, and by everyone I mean me.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I was freaking out because I realized that I've been chugging along la on this platform, right? Let YouTube slip, let my blog slip, and was relying on Instagram for like all of my ability to communicate and connect with people. And this was a big awakening for me in terms of what needs to happen in 2022, because I realized that like Instagram could be gone tomorrow. And from a business standpoint, that is scary and shouldn't be. So big wake up call. I even made some content about it. And it's kind of trippy because like I'm definitely addicted to social media, I can say it, but it is something I'm working on and trying to balance being an influencer and how much time I spend on the screen. The outage was definitely just crazy for me because I was like literally like an addict with an itch trying to get back on and post, because I had planned to post a couple times when the app was down. And I just, yeah, it was so interesting. And all of this happening around the same time. There was the whistleblower in Congress. It was a whole little situation. So Another reason for this life update video and getting back into the swing of YouTube. November is one of those weird months, I think because of the holiday, that just like feels like you get to it really fast and then it's gone even faster. Fresh off of the realizations from October in terms of my business and the platform, I was doing a lot more thinking about what it is I actually want to do, whether or not content creation is something I do just for fun or if it is something that has to make me money. And I'll touch on this more when I get to the intentions at the end of this video. But November was kind of a rough month for me. Wasn't quite the end of the year, but I was already feeling the end of year heaviness of like doom and gloom of what am I going to do to kickstart next year. While I had been able to flow and go in the content side of things from a like existential what is my life gonna look like standpoint, I wasn't feeling super confident. At this point, like being able to make content and turn an outfit into a video or a post or whatever, that's kind of become easy for me. The hardest part now is like keeping the value behind everything and also feeling excited for myself in terms of what I'm sharing. And in November, I don't know, I just felt like I wasn't having that much fun on like the influencer side in terms of like the lifestyle, fashion, beauty content that I had previously been creating. And so I just leaned more into the everyday romanticizing what's going on stuff. And I don't know if it's working for me or not, but it's working for me like mentally. So I got to document Sean and I's 5-year anniversary. We got to do a fun virtual reality game and enjoyed a nice little dinner in each other's company. One thing about me, you don't have to buy me gifts. I'm more of an experience girl. Like gifts are nice, things are nice. I like things, don't get me wrong, I like things. But experiences for me is where it's at. So this was like a fun, sweaty, but fun time. But I did manage to sneak in a couple Fit Fridays where I actually went out and filmed in public. I know, terrifying. So while I don't know exactly what these outfits mean, aside from making me feel good when I wear them, I guess I was still making some stuff. I think I'd mentioned this in a previous video that one of my intentions for this year was to do some form of physical active service or community service each quarter. And so this month I was able to support my church with a Thanksgiving food drive. But this was a fun experience because I haven't actually been able to participate in activities, but church activities specifically this year. So it was nice to see some people I hadn't seen in a while, but also to give back. It's funny, this is why I do these videos, because I'm like, my content was whatever, it wasn't really making anything. And then I look and I have like a whole little shoot with my mom and my sister from Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was a good time. We got together with the boys and my mom's side of the family, but before they came, we did a shoot the day before, which was nice. If you didn't get a Christmas card, this is more or less what they look like. We even filmed a TikTok, and I've been spending way too much time on TikTok. November, I got heavy into TikTok. I thought I was gonna blow up or something. It was very short-lived, but don't count out TikTok. And as holiday breaks allow, I also got to see some friends I haven't seen in a while and celebrate my homie's bachelor or bachelorette party. I don't know what he wants to call it, but it was fun. And I ended November with another shoot with Erica. Her prices are going up. I think I told y'all this the last time I mentioned her, but we did our thing. And you'll probably be seeing more from Erica and I this year. We have now reached December, y'all, and I am dog tired. This is probably one of my busiest seasons at work, and I swear people are asking me for things left and right. But your girl delivered, and you best believe I'm writing all these things down because this is a brand new role. So a lot of what I'm doing, like my institutional knowledge from being in the org for so long, is very valuable, but all of the work is new to me. It feels weird saying it all out loud because I feel like it's like scary to speak to your work a bit, but I think I'm doing a good job. At least that's what my reviews say so far. So fingers crossed that we remain good for the coming year. I also am really appreciative because I feel like this role has given me a glimpse into things that I know I want to keep doing and what I enjoy in terms of being able to do content creation as a part of my work, and things I don't enjoy and don't want to do anymore. And like in future positions or roles or jobs or whatever, I would consider these different areas as I move forward in my career. So I'm actually really grateful to be able to experience kind of the, I guess, the emotional highs and lows, because the work's been getting done. It's been getting done. But emotionally, it's been a little taxing at moments, particularly having to be so self-driven and like not have anyone really watching over me, but also not having, I don't know, the same kind of timetables I had before when I had to be in person every day with a particular schedule because I had staff and students to oversee. Exciting December business news though. I, on a whim, applied to Like to Know It. I don't know how many of you know what that platform is, but essentially it's a platform that a lot of different influencers use to be able to link to products in just a more concise and quick way, especially from apps like Instagram. And it is an invite or application only platform, and I actually applied maybe 2 years ago and never heard back. I just decided on a whim to apply literally a week ago and just got in. Did my first little introductory like webinar this week, and now I'm ready to use the platform and start to monetize my Instagram like from the app. So I'm very excited about that. I also just agreed to a campaign for this coming January. I can't speak on it just yet, and by the time this video posts, I don't think you'll have seen anything for it, so I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's my highest paid campaign so far, and I was able to negotiate to get to this rate, so I'm really excited about it. I'll give you some more tea on that on Instagram and maybe a blog post, we'll see, but definitely on Instagram. So I ended the year spending time with family and friends. I think I'd mentioned I have a couple weddings for December. One is already passed, one is this New Year's Eve. I'm really excited about it. I just tried on my dress, so cute. I'm also quite excited for this New Year's Eve wedding because it's with friends from college, many of whom I haven't seen in a long time. So just praying that we're all safe and healthy by the time this video comes out. You know, it is a vaxxed wedding, so they're trying to be as safe as possible, and I'm looking forward to it. If I have any wedding pics, I'll put them in here. And if I don't, just know I was cute. And as I've done for the last couple of years to close out my 2021, I've set some intentions for 2022 that will help kind of guide me, keep me grounded, but also give me something to strive for in those moments where I'm maybe feeling less motivated or just not excited about life. If you've seen some of my life update videos before, then you've probably heard some of these intentions before, as I'm keeping quite a bit of them the same. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, but also I'm not perfect, right? So this list of intentions is ever growing, but I try to kind of keep it contained to a few key buckets so I don't overwhelm myself by trying to do too much. But I do have some personal, professional, and business side hustle goals or intentions that I'm working towards this year. Starting with my business life, this includes my 9-to-5 and my side hustle. For my 9-to-5, my intention for this year is to document, learn, and grow. So by that I mean I want to document literally everything I'm doing. This is something I'm really bad at in the workplace. Good in other places, not so great at work in terms of just capturing the value that I bring to the space and what I do. And I want to be more intentional about naming my successes and the value I bring to my team, not only for you know, future career moves or resumes and things like that, but also just for myself. So like, I know that what I'm doing is important. One thing about me, if the thing doesn't feel important that I'm doing, I'm likely not gonna do it. And I really want to be able to provide value to people in all areas of my life, and that includes what I do for work. So learning, on the same token, I just want to document the things I'm learning and have a list of things I want to learn, as well as things that I have learned. One, so I can reflect on it, but two, just so I can always continue to be a student and a learner. I personally feel like there's always something to learn, even if you've been doing a job or a role for a long time. I'm sure there's still things that you could get better at. And then lastly, it's just the growth piece, and I guess it's related to the learning, but just want to make sure that I'm continuously growing no matter where I am, no matter what company I'm with, no matter what job I'm doing. I want to be able to just know that I've grown in the role, whether that be in terms of skill or in terms of my stamina, like whatever. I want to be able to make some strides in that space. For my influencer business, I've actually set a few more specific goals, and I'll actually read them out to you. Influencer goals are a little weird. I'm actually breaking up my business by quarters for the first time. I've never tried to do that before. I'll let you know what the intended outcomes are, and maybe I'll do another video later that breaks down kind of how I got to this, and maybe I'll keep progress on it. I don't know. You let me know if that's something that's of interest to you. But my influencer goals: to reach an average of 20K people a month, to collaborate with at least 10 creatives or entrepreneurs, to grow my audience to 6K, and to make at least $12,000 in revenue streams connected to my brand. So that's through affiliate linking, that's through brand partnerships and collaborations. We're trying to get to 12K. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but an extra $1,000 a month, I could take it. So that is the goal. And I'll, like I said, I might break that down for you a little bit more in another video, but that's kind of high level where we're thinking with that. And then my personal intentions for this year are actually almost exactly the same as last year. So there's a few key areas that I want to focus on. So I thought it'd be nice to close today's video with a review of my 2021 vision board up there behind me. I talked about how to make these boards in a previous video, and I think I've already linked it. But as we close out, I just want to kind of share where I am with the things on my vision board before I share my 2022 vision board. There are a few things that stand out to me. I'm losing my light, so I'm trying to go as fast as I can. So the dynamic duo down here, our wedding photo, and by our I mean the. I always am using the wrong possessive pronoun. Anyways, I did not get married this year, as I mentioned earlier. Have been engaged for over a year now, and it's just been really difficult to decide what the right thing is to do. But I don't know. I feel like this is not something that needs to be rushed. I do definitely feel ready, but I don't want to rush it either. So we're just trying to figure out how to make the right decision given pandemic and everything else. Okay, something else that sticks out to me kind of immediately in looking at this is Instagram influencer. I got my first paid campaign this year. I'm smiling so big right now, it's disgusting. But that was something I like really wanted to do before I turned 30, but even more specifically, just this year. I've been on this influencer journey for like 3, almost 4 years now, and I've never felt like I had anything to show for it, at least monetarily. So first of many paid Instagram and social opportunities to come, I hope. And as I mentioned earlier, I have another project in the works for this month, so fingers crossed they just keep coming. Another immediate standout is the power of mindfulness. Yoga was a big part of my life this year. I do it almost every night. One, because I try to get at least 10 minutes of movement in every day, and even if the day slips away from me, I know I have my 10 to 15 minute session in the evening, but also it just really helps me go to bed. Like, I can take a quiet moment to, one, do something good for my body, but also do something good for my mind as well. And I highly recommend doing some sort of stretch, movement, flow practice at the end of the day. You'll thank me later. Okay, 2 more standouts on here. One is this classroom teacher here. I feel like we're kind of at the end of an era, at least in my current company, in terms of me being in front of little ones and kind of being the leader. So it's interesting to see that next to breaking new ground, because That's exactly what I did this year in stepping into my new role and having content creation and communications be such a heavy part of my work. I would have never thought I'd be in a role like this had you asked me, heck, obviously like a year ago. So that's just really interesting to see kind of the things that have come to fruition and maybe the things that have shifted from this board. Yeah. Reflection, man, it's so good, it's so valuable. Okay, my light is basically gone. I'm practically filming in the dark, so I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you had some fun traveling with me across the end of 2021 and learning a little bit more about my intentions for 2022. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. And if you want to keep up with me on the more day-to-day, you can follow me on Instagram at Tarynallyssa and on my blog at Tarynallyssa.com. And if you enjoyed this video, you'll probably also enjoy my life updates and vision board planning from 2021 in case you'd like to make your own vision board for 2022. And remember, the start of a new year doesn't mean that your whole world has to change. As I mentioned, a lot of my intentions are the same. But it's always good to reconnect with your why and your purpose so that in those moments where you don't feel like it or maybe even feeling sad or defeated, you have some purpose to go back to. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.